The 2024 budget is out and it's sending one message loud and clear. And that message is, please vote for Labor at the next election. Look, the long and short of it is this year we are in a surplus. Basically, the government brought in $9.3 billion more than it spent. But we won't be in the black for long because we're heading back into a $28.3 billion deficit for the 24-25 financial year. The biggest announcement is that every household will receive a $300 rebate on their energy bill as part of a pitch to ease cost of living pressures. Unlike previous energy relief programs, this one isn't means tested. You receive it no matter how high your income is. When it comes to the housing and rental crisis, there's no landscape shifting reforms. I mean, what do you think this is, the 2019 election? But the government is increasing how much rental assistance people can receive from the government by another 10%. And they're sending more money to state and territory governments to build more homes. But it seems when it comes to housing pressure, the government is keen for us to focus on migration, specifically international students. These students pay higher fees, often helping universities compensate for the decline in government funding. But Treasurer Jim Chalmers says their large numbers are now putting pressure on the domestic housing market. The government solution? Bringing in regulations that cap a uni's international student intake and requiring them to build more student accommodation if they want to increase that number. Oh, speaking of student fees, those with HECS help loans will remember just how brutal indexation day was last year, with some people's debts increasing by thousands of dollars. This is because they're linked to inflation growth. But now the government says they'll be indexed in line with either inflation or wages growth, whichever is lower. It's also worth noting that a lot of the government's cost-saving measures rely on getting the NDIS back on track, aka making it a lot cheaper to run. But arguably the centrepiece of Chalmers' pre-election offerings is investing in a future made in Australia, which is a very fancy way of saying a bunch of tax breaks and incentives for businesses to invest in Australia, chiefly in the realm of renewables, clean energy and general future technologies. Basically, Chalmers wants Australia to be a big player in the global economy's move towards net zero and is willing to spend $22.7 billion over the next decade to get us there. So that's the budget. A surplus this year, a moderate deficit the next, and a timely reminder that, oh gosh, unofficial election season has officially started.